Hey guys, this is Mike Keahbone, and I'm so glad that you're watching this video. God has been doing an incredible work in my life, and I've been really excited about what He's doing in me personally and spiritually, and excited about what God's doing at my church, and now excited about what God's doing with me physically. And for years, if you know me and you know my background, where I come from, you know that I've struggled with my weight a lot and have been up and down, had seasons of victory, seasons of defeat. I've been on every diet on the planet. I mean, I've been on Nutrisystem. I was like a crack addict with that chocolate spray. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, done that, did everything but Jenny Craig, because I don't roll that way, and um, and so this has been an incredible journey. And I remember when God spoke to me personally a long time ago. Um, he shared with me how my issue wasn't food. You know, my issue wasn't gluttony, and I think maybe that's a misconception about people who are overweight in general. You know, I'm not sitting there at every meal eating everything that's in front of me. I'm not that guy on A&E that's eating, 3 dozen eggs and 4 pounds of bacon. You know that I don't do that. It's just that over time, with a sedentary lifestyle and eating bad foods and things like that, man, this is the fruit of it. This is my struggle. And so gluttony is not even really the issue for people who are overweight. And people just assume that. I mean, people you talk to, they see a big guy and immediately they start talking about, oh, man, how much you eat and how often you eat, and they make all these jokes that they think are funny, but really, and if you're like me, laugh on the outside, but on the inside, it's hurtful. It's a little bit painful. And so everybody thinks it's gluttony, but those are really not just the issues. We have moments of that, but for me, and I think like many of you, the issue is a lack of discipline. It's a lack of self-control. It's more of an addiction to food, an addiction to eating. It's the way that we cope. It's the way that we deal with things. It's something that makes us feel better. It's almost a foodie kind of culture that we just embrace because we just kind of feel like this is who we are and all of that kind of stuff. Well, God began to break me of that whole mindset, and when He did, man, I launched out and initially lost a good bit of weight, and then got comfortable and let the circumstances, whether it be holidays or traveling or something like that, you just kind of let those things can become a good excuse to fall off the wagon, and then it's just kind of that frustration of stopping and starting. Well, this time I believe is different. I do, and um, and I'm excited about it because I meet this guy Cody Bobe. You guys may have already watched his video, and when I met him at a football game, and I wasn't doing anything more than just being friendly. Man, we were sitting next to each other, and so just chit chatting, and I had no idea, absolutely no idea his background in the military. I had no idea about his background and his expertise in physical fitness and in weight training and weight management and health and all of that. I just had no idea about that background. I just knew that we were supposed to connect, and so anyway, I shot a text his way along with a guy named Abraham Wright, who's the chaplain of the OU football team right now. And man, this thing started to just snowball a little bit. Texts were exchanged. Um, you know, I got a little bit nervous about it. When we start talking about my health and all that stuff, so I kind of ignored it a little bit. And then Cody was relentless. God kept putting me on His heart. He kept staying in contact through text, finally calling me, and we have lunch. And as a part of that lunch, I just look across the table and I just said, "Hey, man, what's God saying? What do you got?" And He begins to unroll all of these things that God had been doing in my heart, showing me that I needed. I kind of said, man, if I could just have somebody that could walk with me through this journey that is mentally tough, who can challenge me, who can push me to limits that I've not been pushed to before, who can talk me out of those places when I want to quit and back down, but just kind of be a coach, and those guys are super expensive if you want to go out and rent one. Um, and so for God to send a guy to sit right across from me at lunch and just pour out his heart about how God has called him to help people like me, and that he wants to give me a shot. And while we're talking, he's talking about how the field that I'm in, being the pastor of a church, is one of the most stressful positions to have in the country and in the workforce, and how my people, Native Americans, struggle so badly with diabetes. I've got all these strikes against me and with my health, and then also just the day-to-day stress of day-to-day life, and I need to be healthy. And I'm hearing all this stuff, and on the inside I'm thinking, when do we start? And then he throws out the offer, man, I want to take you under my wing. I want to, push you, and I want to walk with you through this every single day of your life. And boom, here we are. And we call it the Keahbone Project. It was kind of a playful way that this thing had started from the beginning. When I shot that initial text, I was like, hey guys, man, let's do the Keahbone Project. I need to get buff like you guys. And it was just kind of just fun. But now it's become real, and it's become something a little more serious. And so the Keahbone Project is launched starting on Monday, and right now we're going through kind of the pre-stuff and whatnot. But excited about it. Can't wait to get on it, and ready to fulfill the rest of my journey as a curse breaker. My family, alcohol and drug addiction has been the source of a lot of pain and a lot of heartache, even death and loss. And I had initially thought that I had broken that curse by not drinking alcohol, by not doing drugs ever. I've never done that ever. And so I thought I was this curse breaker. And in those ways I am. But the truth is, the curse maybe was not alcohol or drugs. The curse may have just been addiction in general. And my addiction has been to food. And so God is doing a new thing in my life, and I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to break these chains of addiction. And really, the Lord has already broken those chains. I have to walk in that victory that He has given me, and do my part to do this fight. And that's the getting up every day and taking this on, and having a different mindset, and having that discipline and self-control. So anyway, that's the big announcement. And we want to invite you to subscribe to the Keahbone Project channel that's on YouTube if you want to. We're going to be putting our videos up every single day. Hopefully you'll see some changes. And it's just going to be real. It's going to be raw. We're not editing anything on it. It's just going to be us charting progress. Cody from his side and what he's experiencing, and then me from my side, what I'm experiencing. And we're not going to collaborate on our videos. He's going to do his thing, and I'm going to do mine. And then the first time we see those videos will be when you see them at the end of the day. So here we go. Appreciate your prayers. Need you, man. Need your encouragement. And I hope to encourage you along the way as well. Much love.